Hi there, and welcome to Tiimo. I'm Beaux, Tiimo's Inclusion and Belonging Lead. Today, I'm so excited to show you some of our core features in the iOS app. No matter what device you're on, whether it is your phone, tablet, watch, or your laptop, all of the changes that you make to your plans are going to sync across devices. I'm so excited to show you how Tiimo can support you in your planning and productivity journey. So let's get going. The easiest way to get started with Tiimo is by importing your existing calendars. Most of us have some digital calendars flying around, so why start from scratch? To import your calendar, head over to the Plan page in the Tiimo app. From here, click your name on the top left, then the Settings button on the top right. Here you'll see Calendar Import, which if you click gives you the option to toggle on or off Calendar Import. Once you've given us access to your iOS calendar, you can choose which calendars you want showing in Tiimo. This function is especially helpful if you want to use Tiimo to focus just on work or personal stuff. And if you ever change your mind, you can go to this page to update your settings at any time. Under the Settings page, you can also choose to import your Apple reminders. You do this under Reminder Import, and again by toggling on or off Reminder Import. This will show you all of the reminders from iOS reminders and import them directly into the Tiimo inbox. You can access the inbox on the top right of the Plan page. And this function is really helpful for tasks that you haven't had the chance to plan yet, or for just brain dumping ideas. Once your calendars are synced, you can make changes to any imported events directly in the Tiimo app. Just click one of the events and you'll see all the options to make changes pop up. Importing events makes it really easy to start using Tiimo's key features like the focus timer right from the very beginning. If you've been using a physical planner or you're brand new to your planning journey, don't worry. You don't need to import a calendar to get started with Tiimo right away. Let's dive into how to create your first task directly in the Tiimo app. Let's create your first task in Tiimo together. Head over to the Plan tab and click Add Task at the bottom right. Here, you'll be given the option to add a task title. So we'll do, for example, water plants. You press done, and a whole lot more options will pop up. All of these are completely optional. If all you need to be able to do a task is a simple reminder, you can just press the button on the bottom right to just submit your task. If you like a lot of detail, here's your option to get creative. The first thing that you can play around with is the visuals, and here you'll have the option to play around with colors, icons, and to add images from your camera roll. Once you've chosen a color and an icon, for example, you press done, and you see that visual pop up. Under date, you can choose whether you'd like the event that you're planning to happen today, tomorrow, or a date in the future. We're going to click today for this one and continue. You also see the option to add a time here. Here you can plan for a specific time. So for example, if we want to do the task at 4 p.m., you can also plan something for all day. This is really great if, for example, you have a birthday that day or you have a family member visiting. And then you have one of my favorite options, which is to plan a task for any time. I find this really helpful for tasks that I know I need to do, but that aren't necessarily time-bound, like small things like watering my plants or, folding my laundry that, don't require a specific time for me to set aside, but that I want to do that day. You also have the option to choose a time with AI. If you struggle maybe to estimate how long a task is going to take you, the AI can give you a suggested duration for the task. If you don't agree with that duration, you can always go in and change it to whatever you think that the task is going to take you, but it gives you a nice little guideline to get started with. Then you press done at the top. You see the option to choose a repetition. This is really great if, for example, you have a different schedule depending on the day of the week. So maybe you work 2 jobs or you have a weekday versus a weekend schedule. You also have the option here to choose subtasks. This is really great if you want to break a task down into more manageable steps. And again, here you see the option to add with AI. This is really helpful for more complex tasks where you maybe don't know how to get started, because it gives you a really nice overview of how to get started with something. You can always go in and edit any of the tasks that the AI suggests for you, but it is a really nice place to get started. You can also choose notes or add notes here at the bottom. This is really great if, for example, you need a reminder to water the plants upstairs because you always forget. And then you see the option at the bottom left to add a tag. This is really great to be able to find tasks in the future, because any task that you plan with Tiimo is going to be saved into your little library, so you don't have to replan a task or start from scratch with all of your little customizations every single time you want to plan a task. Here, again, you can choose Add with AI if you want it to suggest a tag for you, or you can choose a tag yourself. You can also choose several tags, and all the tasks that you create are going to show up under your Explore tab. Once you've chosen your tag, you can look over all the details that you've added, and when you're happy with that, just press the button on the bottom right. You can see under the plan page that water plan shows up under the Anytime tasks, and if you click that, you press Start Now at the bottom right, it'll start the task for you. And then it'll show up under the Focus tab with the visual timer, which I'll dive into in a moment. So congrats, you just created your first task with Tiimo. That is really the essential and best way to get started. Now let's talk about Tiimo's web app, which is designed to complement the iOS app and gives you a daily, weekly, and monthly overview of your plans. You can open the web app on any browser and bookmark it so you can have easy access to it. And if you're a Chrome user, you can actually download the app by clicking the little button right here, choosing Install, and then you'll see the Chrome app pop up on your desktop. This is really great because it gives you just a really clean desktop version of the app. You can also choose to have the app open whenever you turn on your computer. So you do that under Settings and you click Start App when you sign in. This gives you a really easy overview of your tasks whenever you're working on your computer. If you have the latest version of iOS, you can actually also have widgets on your desktop. The way that you add those is by clicking the top right of your menu. You see Edit Widgets here. You can find the Tiimo widgets in the search bar, and then you see all the widgets that you have access to. You can, for example, add the daily overview. You can drag it right onto your desktop, and make sure that you're signed into the same account that you're signed into on your mobile device, and it'll automatically reflect all of your plans in that widget. We spent a whole lot of time talking about how you can plan with Tiimo, but Tiimo isn't all just about planning, it's also about helping you focus and get things done. Our focus timer gives you a visual representation of time and is available across all versions of Tiimo, whether you're on your watch, your tablet, or on your mobile device. I find this virtual timer a whole lot more efficient than using a physical clock or one of those clunky timers because I always have it in my pocket and have easy access to it. Your focus timer is going to start automatically for any scheduled tasks, and for any of your anytime tasks, just head over to the plan page, click Start Now on a task, and you'll see that virtual timer pop up under the Focus tab. Here you can see all the tasks that you have ongoing at the same time. You also see a checklist if you had a checklist on any items. You can add time, pause a task, and even listen to music with other Tiimo users by clicking the option on the top left. If you need any reminders to stay on track, you can go to the plan page, head back to settings by clicking the button with your name on the top left, and then the settings button on the top right. And under notifications, you can see all the options that you have for getting reminded of your tasks by Tiimo. So that's both reminders before and after tasks, as well as motivational and product updates from us here in the Tiimo team. One of my favorite features in the latest iOS releases is Live Activities, which gives you a great overview of whatever tasks you have ongoing, as well as a timer and countdown on your lock screen. If you're someone who prefers widgets, we have amazing home and lock screen widgets. You can see some of the options here for the lock screen by long clicking on the lock screen and pressing Customize, pressing lock screen, and going into the widgets bar. You can scroll down here to find Tiimo and see our 3 lock screen widgets. It's a similar process for your home screen. You long click on an empty space on the home screen, press the plus button on the top left, and then scroll down until you see Tiimo. And here you see all of our widget options. I personally love this one because it gives me an overview of a lot of my tasks and also focus timer, but there's a whole lot of options to meet whatever need that you have. So if we, for example, choose this, press Add Widget, and then you can move it around like you would any of your apps. Once you're done, you press Done. And another really neat thing about the latest iOS releases is that you can make small changes directly in the widget. So we can, for example, pause a task by just pressing that little pause symbol. You can add a little bit more time by pressing the plus button. You can make other small changes like that. I really love the widgets because it keeps me constantly reminded of the things that I need to be focusing on. So for example, I have ended up scrolling on TikTok for a couple of minutes. If I go back to my home screen, I see the thing that I should be working on, and it's a really great reminder of my tasks. Today, we went over some of the first steps to take when getting started with Tiimo, including importing your calendar, creating a task directly in the Tiimo app, and adding widgets. I hope that this has given you a few tangible steps to getting started, and that getting started with our planning and focusing tools feels one little bit less overwhelming. If you need anything from us, you can reach us at any time at hello@tiimo.dk, as well as at Tiimo app on all social media channels. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful, and see you in one of our future sessions. Bye.